Hello, this is a homework help video for Dynasties and the Great Wall. So this is a lesson we'll be doing in class. It's just some light reading and a few questions. What I'll do is I'll show you in class this video. It's 2 minutes long. It's just about emperors in ancient China, just to get you an introduction to rulers in ancient China and dynasties. And then we'll work on, we'll read this together in a class. And I'll have you answer these questions on your own and then later in groups. Then in the lesson, I will show you this Great Wall of China video that's a bit longer. Once again, some light reading. And then these are what would you think questions. So they're nothing too hard, it's a lot of your opinion. But so this is the Google Slides worksheet. So you can zoom in 100%. So it says the Ming Dynasty ruled China from 1568 to 1644. It began with the overthrow of the Yuan Dynasty. The Ming period is known for its large military and beautiful art. The Ming Dynasty also completed large building projects such as the Forbidden City and the Great Wall of China. It was during the Ming period that China began trading with European ships from Portugal, the Netherlands, and Spain. The large Chinese navy also explored and traded with other countries. At the end of the Ming period, the military suffered numerous defeats. Crops failed due to bad weather conditions. The Ming Dynasty was overthrown by the Qing Dynasty, the last of the ancient Chinese dynasties. At the end of the Ming period, China had an estimated population of over 160 million people, which is pretty crazy. And so you'll see the Great Wall of China was built mostly during the Ming Dynasty. The wall is over 3,800 miles long. The Wanli Emperor was the longest reigning Ming ruler. He ruled China for 48 years, from 1572 to 1620. So what year did the Ming Dynasty begin? It's your first question. It says it up here. So they ruled from 1568 to 1644. You put BC or BCE because those are the same if you remember. So it started 1568. BC, or you could put BCE because remember that means the same thing. During the Ming period, what countries came to China to trade? So China began trading with European ships from Portugal. So you could shorten and say the countries. So Europe, Portugal, Netherlands. Was that it? Oh, and Spain. Not hard. I just want you to answer these questions because answering the questions and looking back through the information helps you with memory. So how long is the Great Wall of China? Boom, 3,800 miles. What dynasty came after the Ming Dynasty? It was overthrown by the Qing Dynasty. Boom, not hard. Gave you the answers. And then so here's the second page. So if this is for the Great Wall of China, if you build a wall in your backyard, your family might be impressed. If, like the Chinese, you build a wall that is nearly 4,000 miles long and can be spotted from space, the whole world will be impressed. Around the 7th century BC, several Chinese feudal states began constructing their own separate walls, made mostly of stone, brick, and wood. The walls were built to keep out the dangerous nomadic groups that preyed on unprotected villages. During the Qin and Ming dynasties, the Chinese people began to connect all the separate walls into the massive structure that is today. So what that is saying is different villages, dynasties, government officials, they built the wall in pieces and then it was looped together. It was constructed together, so it made one massive wall. It almost goes without saying that the Great Wall of China, as confirmed by the Guinness Book of World Records, is still the longest wall in the world. So why do you think the Chinese decided to connect all their walls into one giant wall? That's your opinion. What do you think? Probably so, I mean, invaders wouldn't get through the little cracks, right? Like the parts that weren't complete or connected, they could just be like, I'm going to walk right through in between these two walls. So they made it one big wall. What would be the advantage of such a tiring project? Can you think of any disadvantages? So for protection would be an advantage. Linking or connecting the country. Paying farmers would help with the economy. Can you think of any disadvantages? I am pretty sure, let me look this up. I'm pretty sure the wall never successfully, how do I word this? Was the Great Wall of China successful? I'm pretty sure I read, I was successful, okay. There we go. So short answer, yes, the Great Wall was successful in keeping semi-nomadic invaders out, which was the primary concern at the time. However, the wall did not stop some large-scale invasions. Okay. And even the nomadic people were able to breach the wall from time to time. So it was somewhat successful. But yeah, you could say disadvantage. I know they use like ropes and things to scale the wall or climb the wall. So you could talk about some disadvantages might be ways that they could get around the wall, or you could talk about how it might be very tiring, time consuming to build it, very expensive. So there's advantages and disadvantages, but it's your opinion for both these questions. So I'm not going to write out your own opinion. You can do that yourself. It's just a few sentences for each. Turn it in. I gave you the answers for the first part. Watch those videos though, they will help you. And contact me or Mrs. Staffen if you need any help.